Why does the apparel use case need a different approach to the rig and weighting systems? Apparel designers have many challenges when working with 3D humanoids. Just to let you know, humanoid is a model of a human. The challenge is how the quality of that humanoid and whether it's actually able to be utilized in the use case in which you want. A custom pattern maker looks at the person's stature and posture to make a properly fitting pattern. However, what most humanoids in gaming or the apparel CAD, very upright, very erect. Design flow, we measured the person, designed the sloper, confirmed, and then scanned to make sure that that was correct, did a sloper fitting. This is kind of all of the different processes. We also then used different avatars to confirm if that was correct, did the sloper on the avatars, and every one of these failed. We also then decided to auto-rig it based off of the one that we liked, measured that, and then we tested it. Because one of the issues is as soon as you start adding rigging, the rigging will change the avatar. Here's the sloper that was designed, and then here's the scanner. It was one of those with 175 cameras, basically a high end. We just said for this point, we're going to take it as a ground truth. So these are some of the examples. Now, from those of us outside of the industry, we're like, what? I can't see the difference, but the wrinkles in C tell you it doesn't work. The wrinkles in A tell you it's too long. The gaps, right? It's supposed to look like what's in the box, and this is how things changed. Putting the same sloper on different models actually showed you that the avatars were different, is that on clothing, design tools should be able to support a multitude of shapes and postures and ages. Give this information to the made-to-measure market is really important. So, and here is the actual x-ray of that person to show that this is the scoliosis. This is what we're trying to model. And as you can see, the waist ends up in the wrong spot because I can't model it correctly. Things like this will impact what you're actually able to do to be able to provide product for this person. We have the model, we load it into the auto rigging tools, and we're just kind of looking and saying, how well did they work? And then this also shows the curve differences. The bum's a slightly different shape. The neck's slightly different in orientation. The shoulder slope is different with every one of these. So if they change this, these could be very significant if I'm designing intimate apparel. It really depends on what you're designing, but it also will impact the measurements, the armhole, the darts, the neck angle, all of this changes, and it's changed because I put in an auto rig. When the garment fits properly, it's said to be in balance. The people within designing industry can tell you when it's wrong and why it's wrong. For this dress, the hem is supposed to be horizontal to the floor. That's a very common design. But because of the ill fitting, we're actually getting tightness around the waist. The rigging system that has been developed actually showed the proper position of the stooped one. It actually looks like it's the worst fit because it shows that it actually shows the realistic body. The ones who couldn't show the realistic body and showed it more in an erect position made it look like it actually fit better than it really did. And went ahead and said, let me actually create one that fits properly. And as you can tell, the dress hem is closer to horizontal, which means it actually fits better. The design tools are important for real world applications, not just gaming. Let's move beyond gaming. Made-to-measure products are definitely needed. These improvements, you decrease clothing waste. Future research is needed to expand and test the modifications needed for additional body shapes.